Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is Patty. Professional Patty. What? Eh? Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's same as him. Bias Picks, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right, we're what they call the Three Skulkin Brothers. What? He's not gonna join you. I love that they're looking at him, expecting him to join in. What are you looking at me like that for? Don't let me in with you lot. Knock knock, who's there? Guess we're about to find out. Welcome back everyone, it's Light here. And we're about to find out who's been eavesdropping at the prison. Which I kind of thought would happen, because like, no. It's not like, this is like a sealed off conversation or whatever. Basically anybody can walk by and hear what we're talking about. So let's see. Show yourself at once. Eavesdropping is the height of cowardice. Miss Susato? Somebody is there in the shadows. I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Aw, it's Gregson. Okay. Suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. What are you talking about? If anyone was being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Rexy? Oh dear me. Oops. Dear me, I am most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in on our conversation? Good grief. Listen in? No. I just got word that there were some visitors who were refusing to leave, and even though it was after hours. Oh, whoops. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived. This very minute, not a moment earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward, nothing at all. Uh-huh. That totally isn't... Actually, no, it's Gregson. I trust him. After hours? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Toodaloo, cheerio, all the best. Bye. Bye and bye. That's a lot of farewells, and not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If I don't get this emergency at the Supreme Court dealt with sharpish, Lord Strongheart, well... Emergency? Nice going, you just leaked information. Lord Strongheart? Nothing? Forget to say anything. Anyway, I'm off. I love how, they're always like, I can't reveal any information, and then they reveal information. I mean, you don't even have to do anything, they do it themselves. Alright, Grexy, if you have to. But let's chat soon. Delight, charm, can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. What's going on with him? Is he on something? That's a lot of pleasantries, and not one of them sounded sincere. Rexy's so funny. He says such silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. Anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Otto. Aw, I hate that we have to say goodbye soon. Kindly escort Iris home now, Mr. Naruto. I shall meet you there later. And so our investigation came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. It's so sad. She's been with us for so long. I guess it had to be done. Or maybe it didn't. Who knows? Naruto-san, it's been a very trying day, hasn't it? I do hope you're not too exhausted. What about you, Susato-san? Today has been even more trying for you, I'm sure. Mr. Sholmes was shot before our eyes, Gina was arrested, all on the back of the news that her father has fallen ill and that she must return to Japan at once. I hope your father recovers soon. Thank you for your kind words. No. No. Look go silent. I wonder why it is. That so many thoughts rage in my head like a storm. And yet, I seem unable to find the words to express any of them. I know exactly what you mean. Anyway, I have one final task to complete as your judicial assistant. Once that is done, I shall make preparations for my departure tomorrow. One final task? What is that? Well, we shall ask her now. Going back to Japan. It's just 2 months since we arrived in London, but we've managed to establish this office. It was finally feeling as though we were settling in. I would be lying if I said I felt no regret. I'm so sorry, Susato-san. It's just so sudden. I really don't know what to think. I've had no time to gather my thoughts. It must suck, honestly. I know we've only been here a short time, but in my limited experience of the courtroom, I feel I've learned something. And what would that be? It seems to me there are many facets to people's personalities. Facets? And like a jewel, the light plays off them in complex patterns, illuminating their actions and their motives. I like that. But we see only a small number of the total facets, and what is illuminated is only a part of the whole story. Huh, that really makes you think, huh? What lies in the shadows? What do those facets we cannot see look like? Perhaps there are some parts we'll never lay eyes on for as long as we live. It's so true. Sometimes I feel as though I'm blind to so much. But I keep hoping that one day it'll all become clear. That all the facets will be illuminated, and I'll finally understand how everything fits together. Naruto-san, I suppose what matters is that we keep our eyes open and keep moving forward, even if the way sometimes seems dark. It's amazing to think it's been just 2 months. You've grown so much. Oh, sorry, I've what? Oh no, it was nothing. Unimportant. Oh, Susato, don't leave. Do you know what time you will leave London in the morning? Yes, I picked up my ticket earlier. I shall be leaving here at 4 a.m. 4 a.m.? I see, well, I'll escort you to the station. Absolutely not. Sorry? I'm sure you realize why I couldn't possibly let you do that. You have a very important day ahead of you tomorrow. Gina's trial. Yes, I know, but every word you utter will have the potential to determine Gina's fate. No. You must get as much rest as possible. Even though, like me, I'm sure you will find it hard to sleep. No. This sucks. Don't leave us, please. But please, for me, do try. Why does she have to go? You mentioned one final task a moment ago. What did you mean? Oh my, I nearly forgot. Please, I want you to have this. What is that? Some huge bundle of documents. It's my notes from the case 2 months ago. The murder that was committed on the omnibus. Oh my gosh, she's so detailed. I love it. The McGilded case. It seems to me that this case of Mr. Windybank's murder, of which Gina is accused, is very much tied up with that omnibus case. in ways that are not yet completely apparent. So I took the liberty of consolidating my writings about the case for you. Everything else she's had to think about. Susato-san still managed to do this, and all neatly laid out for me in her beautiful handwriting. She's awesome. It was my pleasure. I can only hope that I will bolster your case tomorrow for Gina. Thank you so much, Susato-san. I will do my best to use it wisely. You really are the best judicial assistant in the world. I second that notion. Well, that's extremely flattering. But I'm sorry to say that I've been a complete failure. No, you haven't. What? Sorry, I didn't quite catch what you said there. No! Ignore me. I was just mumbling to myself. How dare you say that about yourself, Susato? Note collated by Mr. Susato about the Midgilda case that we worked on 2 months ago. Well, it's getting rather late. I think you should go to bed now, Naruto-san. I must finish packing up my things in my room. Naruto-san, I wish you very best of luck tomorrow. Good night. Wait, there's something I need to say. Hi-ya! No! How dare you? What was that? A secret technique of mine? The Susato shutdown. Shutdown? No, who knew it would be upside down again? Please, I implore you. If we have to voice our goodbyes... No, I won't be able to hold back my tears. No. Susato-san. That's so sad. Stop. It truly had been a trying day. On our feet for hours, getting Gina to open up to us, and learning the truth about that nemesis of a case. Physically and mentally, I was exhausted, and yet the idea of sleep seemed impossible. But I forced myself to close my eyes. And as a cacophony of scenes of our lives here in London played through my mind, eventually, my fatigue triumphed, and I fell into a deep sleep. Please let him wake up before she leaves, come on. Oh. I wonder. Small hours? At the hospital? Oh no. Yes, I quite understand. That is a great weight off my mind. Who's talking to who? Rest assured, I shall put everything in place exactly as we have discussed. Thank you so much. It has been an honor and a pleasure to be acquainted with you, Mr. Sholmes. On the contrary, the pleasure has been mine. No. Bid you farewell. Godspeed. No, what the heck? My dear madam. Hold on. But what did they discuss? I have to know. I wonder what they talked about. Oh, that's gonna bother me. Secret meetings. I wonder if it was something to help Ryunosuke or what? I don't know. Hope we find out soon. When I awoke the following morning, Susato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. And so began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. Wonder why. Antechamber time. Hey, Gina. Good morning, Gina. Oh my gosh, come on! You're still giving us the cold shoulder. I am determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it. So why's your friend then? Sorry. You know, they're in a fancy dress. Susato or however you say it. I don't know. Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up. You alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off. It's fine. It's not as though Miss Susato and I won't meet again one day. Even so, but you, Gina, you only get one chance. This trial today is all we have. Is that Iris? Good morning, you two. I knew it. Aw, she brought a little guy. How are you feeling, Jenny? Did you manage to sleep? Aww. Iris, what are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy? Aww. And this is why you don't bring cats to the courtroom, everyone. Ah, Waggy. Great way to show your support, kitty. I don't have a nose around. What arm can it do? Oh, that reminds me. I bought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What do you say, Runo? Ginny? Oh, well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first. Same. Nah, always take the good news first. You might outlive to hear the bad. That's an interesting take, actually. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities. Let's not go there. Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning and carriages all over the capital are struggling to move. Huh? The bad news was a weather report? So I hope that Susie made her train to Dover and all that, and that the train isn't delayed on its way to the port. Gosh, yes. Alright then, so what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon. I love her. Oh, I love Iris so much. So even if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it? I couldn't give a monkey's, really. If only all good news cancelled out the bad. And look, this trial has made the headlines too. Pawnbroker perishes in pick-purse plunder, see? Tsk. How do you like that? Well, let them say what they want. See if I care. I can't because you're covering your face. Don't worry, Bruno will show everyone that this headline is nonsense. I will. And then, in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be... Discharged diver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Bruno? Oh, yes. Let's hope so. Of course they will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it? Aww. It's like she was still here. Aww. That's so sweet. Good luck then, Runo. I'll do what I can. Is she... Oh my gosh. She's coming in with us, isn't she? She's gonna be on our side, assisting us. I knew it. Obviously, I don't know the law like Susie does, but still... Please, you cannot be bringing stuff like that into court. Please, you gotta put it away. Iris, I beg of you. I'll be by your side the whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement. I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest, but... Thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you. Oh yeah, Iris. Yes, Jenny? Well, I was wondering, is all about Sholmes. Did they fix him up alright? Yes, the operation was a great success. But Riley still hasn't come around yet, huh? That's a lie. Eh? I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up. I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment there is news. Oh, right. No Susato-san and no Mr. Sholmes. That sucks, honestly. It's all down to me today to prove that Gina is innocent of this crime. Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial is about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom. It's going to be the first time that we don't have either of them with us. That's weird. It's time then. Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris. Lead the way, Runo. If Van Zieks is there, he's gonna be like, what's this 10-year-old doing here? Oh gosh. Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. It's the weapon that will secure our victory here. No, stop! If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that. Stop doing that, okay? My heart can't take it. Alright, time to see who's on the prosecution side. Oh, I knew it. He always shows up when it's us defending. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed. Prosecution is ready. The defense is ready. Stop with those eyes. Lord Van Zieks. My lord. Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service? It was some 5 years ago, my lord. Yes, and then 2 months ago you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly. Here you are again today. And are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? Just that guy over there who can't control his eyes. And what might one describe as your former life 5 years past? You dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government. Really? Why is he shocked? I'm pretty sure they said that before. Yet today you chose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel. There are 2 types of person I cannot abide. Oh, here we go. Firstly, those wealthy scoundrels who hide behind a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large. He means Mr. McGildet, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago. Yes, I just about managed to work that out, thank you. Magnus McGildet, if I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him. Right? Dang it. And secondly, even more loathsome, those willy scoundrels who masquerade as allies only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confidence tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East, the Nipponese. I knew it. I knew he was going to say something about us. What? Did he really just say that? Oh, Iris. I love you, Iris. He means you now, Runo. I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Iris. She's trying, though. Come on. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zieks' eyes. Was that directed solely at me, or was he talking about all Japanese people? Does he have something against the Japanese? Like previous case or something? An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zieks. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper at the Bailey, feared by all London's malefactors. So dramatic, Mr. Litterer. Mr. Vampire Litterer. Your lordship is too kind. Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Oh yeah, who are the jurors this time? Oh, great. Quite an interesting cast of characters we got going here. I Are you ready to hear the evidence placed before you and determine the guilt of or innocence of the defendant? Former lieutenant in the British Army here. Don't you know, chaps like me were born ready. Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think. Who's you? Who are you? Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely, absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it. I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. What could I have? What? Okay. Women indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future awaits. Stop. Okay, we've got quite the cast of characters this time. Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, jeez. Is something wrong, Rena? Oh, not exactly. It's just... I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact. Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange. The jurors are chosen at random from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know? So I have been led to believe that something tells me I'm being duped. Who could have controlled that? That's weird. Very well. Now, Lord Van Zieks. Court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case. As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder. Lies. Victim, Mr. Pop Windybank. Pop? That's his first name? I don't think we ever knew that. Proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street was shot from behind and died instantly. Prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. Okay, hold on. How old is this guy? Why is he so dramatic? Not that I think age has anything to do with it, but still. 32? Why are you so dramatic, 32? How old is Sholmes? Okay. Alright, fine. Fine. This guy is even more dramatic and he's older. Fine, I'll let it slide. The evidence should suggest that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near-instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. It's weird how some words just make me stumble like that. And what's that supposed to tell us? It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. If that's true... Not that I think Gina did it. I'm trying to think, like, for someone else. Someone like the accused, you might say. Prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord. Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please. Okay. Red. I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. No. Oh, that's an interesting way to do it. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where they kept articles pawned to him. What? I think I read that wrong. Hold on. I think it was where he kept articles pawned to him. Whoops. A windowless room with a single point of entry, a door to the main shop that was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused. The exclamation marks are so funny. It may further interest the court to note that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet. And she was also passed out. Can we mention that? Well, that's that then, isn't it? Nothing more to say. Isn't that grubby little girl a pickpocket anyway? She's one of those filthy drabs that live in the slums in the East End. Oh, well, it was only a matter of time before she got blood on her hands then. What are the jurors waiting for? The girl's guilty as heck. You can't jump to conclusions here. We mustn't assume her guilt because of what she has to do to survive. Oh, here we go. He's not even gonna drink it, he's just gonna toss it. My learned Nipponese friend, it is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. Prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses. How? Wait, don't tell me those thugs are being called in as witnesses. Oh my gosh. Good gracious! After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pig-purse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth. You know, she has a lot. That looks at it all. That look said so much you had to read between the lines. The court will take the floor plan and firearm into evidence. Hand them to the bailiff, please, Lord Van Zeeks. I'm glad that they're doing that hand it to the bailiff line. That's how evidence usually is admitted, you know, you don't just toss it around. At once, my lord. Alright. This isn't good. I feel like the mood in here has turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Renault. I think that's because it has. Already? Wow. Okay. Let us begin. Bring forth the witnesses to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windybank on the 16th of April this year. Guess that means he's taking us seriously, because he took it off right away. Wow. Okay. Yay! Gregson is here! Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court. Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is baddie. Professional baddie. What? Okay. Name's Ringo Skulkin. Occupation's same as him. Bias Picks, Scotland Yard Inspector. That's right, we're what they call the Three Skulkin Brothers. What? He's not gonna join you. I love that they're looking at him, expecting him to join in. What are you looking at me like that for? Don't let me in with you lot. God blimey, that's cool. Don't you know what we're going through? Told the bruv. Lost contact with them, we have. And we're scouring every shady corner of the capital. And last night we came across you. This very spit of the bloke. Ain't that right, Ringo? He is, Nash. He is. The very spit of him. And we decided they're in what we was gonna do. He was gonna call you, huh? The heck? Pear and apple. Big bruv Silky. Come on, leave it out, you two. Sulky Skulkin? And that's before he's run out of chips. Well then, Inspector... No! Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. And I would like to know, Inspector, what you were doing in the witness stand. The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft. Thieves, are they? These three? No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't lump me in with this lot. 2 nights ago, these two brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime. By Jove, you mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence. Indeed, my lord. While attempting to burglarize the pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder. Ah, the little crate. Order! Order! The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future. With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on the straight and narrow. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of these witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question, and what exactly you saw. Happy to. Cause a skulkin's never skulkin'. They keep looking to... Get out of it. Oh, come on, Greggy. Man. We was walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the draft's door was ajar, you see? It was like some kind of sign, begging for us to go in, it was. Then once we got inside, Core blimey lummy, we had a gun shop in the back room. We went to see what was what, but the door was locked from the inside. We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left after that, nice and quiet. Is that so? A terrible coincidence, it would seem. The precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime is afoot. The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom for the main shop was indeed locked from the inside. And within, only the victim and the accused were found. I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. See, but case 2 was also a supposed locked mystery, but we cracked that. So it's time to crack this one too. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. No, come on, Reinosuke, you can do it. Don't get cold feet. Counsel? Yes. What's the matter, Runa? Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by that pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Which part is he talking about, or all of it? Should we press? You know what? I'm just gonna press. I think it's easier just to press.
Hold it!
The front door of Windybanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this? Must have been about 1. Right, Ringo? Yeah, I'd say so. Right, Sulky? How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other shop in town. Well, it was pitch black inside, it's true. Ain't that right, Ringo? I'm not so sure, Nash. I seem to remember a little light burning inside. What about you, Sulky, me old mucker? Oh, at least they're trying to include him. That's so funny. Leave me alone. Definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place. And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun trained on the unfortunate victim.
Objection!
That is pure conjecture. Thank you. Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside. Right, that's what happened. I don't think we need to press that.
Hold it!
A gunshot, you say? Just the one. Are you sure about that? Yep, just the one, Governor. What's that? It was, Nash, it was. Ain't that right, bruv? Firearm used to belong to the victim himself. Yes, Mr. Windybank always used to leave his gun lying around on the counter. Right, I remember. When we examined it, we found the revolver was completely out of rounds. That makes sense. Mr. Windybank always used to say he only ever kept a single bullet loaded. That's true, I remember him saying that as well. And we can say with considerable certainty that only a single round was discharged from the firearm used as the murder weapon. Yes, my lord, we can. And I should remind the court that the firearm in question was discovered in the hand of the accused. Wonderful. Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom? If my learned friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there is only one other door, that of the storeroom. Of course, there was only a little lamp burning, not much to see by. And the door was hidden behind a curtain and all. That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door? Eh? Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I should think. Oh, well, your turn to rabbit, Mingo. Well, Nash, yeah, I suppose. You have to say we ain't no, eh? Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of two ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. Timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen are of the latter inclination. My learned Japanese friend, it would seem, is of the former. Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night. Stop. Thank you, consuls. So, I believe you all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses. So mean. We never done nothing, nah? We never took nothing. Okay. You didn't do or take anything. Is that your story? Well, it was bedlam soon as... Well, it was bedlam soon as, weren't it? It was, Nash, it was. Didn't even have time to pull me jokes out me lacy lockets. So with no time to take your hands out of your pockets, you just left, nice and quietly, you say? That's right, governor. Nothing we ain't more than violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bludgers. We are, Nash, we are. Never even pulled me dukes out of me lockets. Loose lockets. So, you clearly like us to believe. Eh, come again? As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person? Saints alive, they fired a gun, you say? Ugh! Blimey, governor! You ain't telling us it was you in the doorway? It was. I'd have believed in Nora. Didn't you mention that before? You were armed with a gun, and as you fled the scene, you fired that gun. At London's greatest detective, Herlock Sholmes. They shot the great Mr. Sholmes? I did hear that, actually. There is a rumor he'd been rushed to the hospital. Great Sholmes? That's beyond the pale. On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. Their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Shock, shock, shock. Furthermore, the bearer shows signs of a shot having been fired from it. Prosecution invites his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers. Yes, indeed, remnants of powder run the muzzle, as you say, counsel. Court will hold this weapon as evidence. Oh, got him. Don't keep filling that wine, okay? You don't even drink it. Now, my learned Lebanese friend. Yes? Here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. Oh yes, there are telltale signs of spent powder on this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection!
Well, I don't need evidence, because I was there.
Objection!
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on. Are you kidding? But like, he's a witness. What? Isn't witness testimony conclusive evidence? Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left Wendybanks that night. Okay. Court demands that all claims are affirmed with clear proof. When evidence shows that these witnesses unloaded a firearm in the pawnbroker's shop that night. Off the top of my head. Oh wait, I got it. This, right? Come on, let's be it.
Take that!
The evidence is in this portfolio. What? Why might that be there, Counsel? During the course of our investigations, we discovered a number of bloodstains. Not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do? How arrogantly Nipponese of you. Well, anyway, we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio. And you claim to have evidence the court is demanding therein? Yes, my lord. No more dallying then, Counsel. Present the pertinent evidence at once. What do you have in there in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene? This one...
Take that!
What is that? Explain. It is a photographic print taken at Windybank's pawnbrokery on the day of the incident. From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if my eyes do not deceive me, it appears the bullet is still lodged there. Yes, as your lordship noticed. The bullet pierced Mr. Windybank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death. The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight, but this indicates that a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th. That's right, and while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes that this is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbrokers that night. Nah! I do like them though, they're funny. Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Van Zeeks? Oh wow, he took a sip. Clap, clap, clap. If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection. What? There he goes. Mr. Literal at its finest. At his finest. Will you forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust at the repugnancy it exposes? Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery illegally. And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the street. Take it easy there, Governor. You're gonna land us in the soup. Yeah, the deal. You weren't gonna get into them details. Tell him, Sulky. Set the bloke straight. I have nothing to add. I love Gregson. So he knew, did he? Van Zeeks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes. It would seem now that I owe my learned Japanese friend a word of gratitude. Oh wow, really? What do you mean? What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact. To what fact do you refer, Lord Van Zeeks? As has been established, at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and the victim. Ah! In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windybank at all. Oh no, did we just mess it all up? No, I don't think it's that simple. Well, I'm gonna have to work on finding the truth next time. I don't know, I can't really decide if I think they're guilty or not. I mean, they're suspicious, I'll give them that, but I don't know. Alright, anyway guys, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.